Matt Paris with Bernard Hopkins here. Can you tell us about your last fight and how do you think it went?
Well, I think it went well. I believe I was off 15, 16 months. I wanted to let the fans see me before the year end, you know, out of sight, out of mind, and I wanted to be in their mind going into 2010 because I want to make something happen in 2010 that will keep all y'all guys busy and have people scratching their heads by attempting to do something that, you know, that is not expected. And that's probably been my life and my career. But I think overall, from 1 to 10, I give myself like an 8.
Speaking of numbers, I'm going to list some opponents off, and then can you give me your thoughts about them and like rank them how like you think what happens? Like 10, you're going to fight him next.
No,
like,
no problem.
Okay. So first, David Haye, heavyweight titles.
I would be the second or the third middleweight that became heavyweight champion if I ever fight David Haye at heavyweight.
Do you think it's a good shot of happening, or?
Well, anything is possible, but he has a mandatory. Things can be worked out, I guess, if the powers to be aggressive with it. I mean, one thing about boxing, things are set, but then things are reset. So anything could be possible. If people, the powers that be, as eager as I am to make it happen, then trust me, they can make it happen. If they don't, then they won't. But that is personal, my Christmas wish for next year.
What about a fight with Chad Dawson?
Chad Dawson, well, that is a good name. That is a name that's out there, but economically it doesn't make sense for me. The risk outweighs the reward, and right now HBO has already spoken that the finance, from what I want, is not there to support myself, and Gary Shaw has also echoed the same thing. So in this case, it's very odd that, you know, you got two people negotiating against each other saying that we can't even get the type of money that we need from a license fee even to seriously consider it. It makes me look even better. It makes it look even good. So the money's not there.
Okay. You could maybe go up to Canada and fight Lucien Boutte, who had a huge attraction to Canada. Would that fight interest you?
Absolutely. To me, Canada is like going around a corner, you know, as far as the distance. I don't have no problem with that fight. Matter of fact, I mentioned it a couple of times at some other sites. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, hopefully they read this, hopefully they understand. You know, I've been managing myself for 90% of my career. I'm easy to find, I'm easy to contact. And also, my partners are Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion, but I am a free agent and I am my own manager, my own boss, so I can speak on my behalf and make things happen and let my promotional company, my partners, be able to do the footwork for me. So if they listen, if they read, yeah, I mean, make some sense, don't come disrespecting me and we can talk.
And then, what about...
I love to win the super middleweight championship.
So you would be going down on a catchweight?
Well, I think we'll do a catchweight, exactly. I mean, that would be my thing would be a catchweight for his title, or we'll do a non-title and he can come up to my weight, only if he's eligible to do that.
How?
Just to make the fight happen either way, excuse me. Any weight class, well, both weight classes can be accommodated where it helps both of us. You know what I mean? We can fight at 70 at a catchweight, still for his super middleweight championship, or we can fight at a catchweight at 70, 72 for not a championship fight. Either way, it's cool with me, but anything after that, you know, just like, you know, we won't be talking in good faith.
How important is getting another title in your career? You can regain the light heavyweight title.
It's not necessarily important to me. For so many years, I've been fighting without having a major title. I think the title is me. I think the title is my legacy that I go in the ring and fight for. I think when I step in the ring, I think my legacy for a guy that can say legitimately that he beat me, knocked me out, or just got a win over me, gives them a big infomercial to be able to go into their next fight in their career with my name on their resume as defeating Bernard Hopkins. I made Jermaine Teller, and Jermaine Teller became somebody when he got the decision over Bernard Hopkins. I made millions for him, and I don't have no problem. I made money too. So at this stage of my career, I'm not a gatekeeper. That's the wrong title for me. But I am the guy to beat when you want to get the legendary status or superstar status under on your resume. I am the guy that you got to go through. Plain and simple.
And then, is there any last closing thoughts you'd like to say to your fans, or just in general?
Well, it was one big fight you didn't mention that
Danny Green.
You mentioned all these other guys that doesn't bring money to the table, and nobody's mentioning Danny Green. Danny Green mentioned me, and I'm mentioning Danny Green. It's a reason why American reporters don't want to mention Danny Green, because 9 out of 10, if I take Danny Green's offer that he went on the internet, the other website, I will go to Australia and get Australia money, where HBO and no other network in America will have anything to do with it. It's a win-win situation for me. Danny Green reached out for me, I reached out to him. We are in negotiations as we speak for his Cruiserweight Championship. And guess what? It's so great. You know why? Because Danny Green beat Roy Jones. So to me, from a promoter's point of view, a perspective, why not fight a guy that derailed your anticipated 17 years long waiting soap opera of you and Roy Jones? So everybody seemed to be mentioning Danny. Everybody's mentioned Chad Dawson. They mentioning Butte. They mentioned Adamak. They mentioned all these guys, and that's good. But HBO already spoken. There's no money that we can pay you that make you happy. But now, Danny Green, who's nobody's mentioning but me, that's where I go. I'll get on a plane and fly 13 hours.
Well, do you feel the fans want to? Or is this a fight mainly for you, or do you think the fans want this fight?
I think the fans will want the fight knowing that I don't think the fans would really care about that fight. Even though I'm going up to cruiserweight, which starts at 200 pounds, but I was going to fight Adamak, who's cruiserweight, and get $3 million or less, or $2 million, or $1 million. I go over there and fight Danny Green, who knocked Roy Jones out in 1 minute and 30 seconds, a legend. Danny Green became somebody when he knocked Roy Jones out in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Listen, I don't believe any Hall of Famer in boxing ever got knocked out less than 2 minutes in boxing history. So why not piggyback off that? Why not use that and say, wait a minute, he knocked Roy Jones out. Tarver took 9 rounds. Glenn Johnson took over 6 rounds. And this guy took 1 minute and 30 seconds to knock out a legend. So now I step in there. Oh, I can see the promotion now, and I'm the best that ever did it. I can see the promotion now. Can Danny Green derail and do the same thing that he did to Roy to Bernard Hopkins in Australia? For the tune of $6 or $7 million, let's see. Let's fucking see.
All right, thank you, Mike.